Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, Congressman, it's great to see you. To ensure that we don't end up with a light turnout again, I won't redo my second half of my statement. But I do want to get you on the record, Mike, on a couple of issues that we have discussed, particularly about this inquiry into Russian active measures. And I want to also reiterate the chairman's comments of the absolute necessity to make sure that you bring forward this analysis in an unvarnished way. And I think you've made that clear to the chairman. I know you've made that clear to me on a private basis. So if we can go through some of these questions fairly quickly. Do you accept the conclusions of the IC regarding Russia's active measures?
Senator Warner, I do. I've had one briefing. I attended the hearing or the meeting at which the president-elect was briefed. Everything I've seen suggests to me that the report has an analytical product that is sound.
Do you pledge to cooperate with the SSCI's Russia inquiry and to provide and make possible all necessary materials and access to personnel if needed?
Senator Warner, I do. I think that's incredibly important.
Do you pledge to continue to pursue your own investigation into ongoing Russian active measures and any attempts they or others may have to undermine the United States, our political system, or our position in the world?
Senator, I do. Indeed, I would expect that the president-elect would demand that of me. It is fully my intention. I should share, that's my view with respect to all the product that the Central Intelligence Agency produces. We continue to develop intelligence. If we're worth our salt, we will continue to gain insights that are valuable to policymakers, both the president-elect and you all. I will continue to pursue foreign intelligence collection with vigor, no matter where the facts lead.
Congressman, I have been critical of the tenor of some of the president-elect's comments about the workforce and the professionalism of the IC. In your opening statement, you were very eloquent about the one that had been without sleep for some time. In light of some of those comments, I have concerns about the morale throughout the IC, but particularly at the CIA at this point. What plan will you have to go in and reassure the people who work at the CIA? How do we make sure in a world where it's increasingly challenging to get people to step up and serve, both in terms of recruitment and retention, that you can reaffirm that you will have the CIA employees' backs?
Senator, let me begin by saying I am confident that the Central Intelligence Agency will play a role for this administration it has for every previous administration, as providing powerful intelligence that shapes policy and decision-making inside this administration. I am confident that President-elect Trump will not only accept that, but demand that from the men and women, not only at the CIA, but throughout all of the 17 intelligence communities. With respect to me personally, I have come to understand the value of the Central Intelligence Agency. I have seen their morale through tough times where they have been challenged before, and I have watched them walk through fire to make sure that they did their jobs in a professional way, and that they always were aimed at getting the truth in depth and in a robust way to policymakers. I have every confidence that not only will I demand that they will continue to do that under my leadership if I'm confirmed.
I think it's going to be an ongoing challenge, and if you're confirmed, obviously wish you the best and think that is critically important. I see many of these CIA employees. I have the opportunity to represent them. They live in the Commonwealth of Virginia. They work in this region, and it's been a challenging time for them. I also want to get to, in light of some of the comments during the campaign the President-elect made, I think a subset of this issue as well is making sure going forward that CIA represents the diversity of the world, and particularly in terms of Muslim Americans being engaged. How do we reassure them in light of some of the comments made? And then also, I concur with you that the challenge with ISIL is an enormous one. How do we make sure, how would you go forward to make sure that our Muslim allies in our fight against ISIL, that they're going to continue to have a strong partner in the United States and not one that is going to in any way discriminate based upon faith?
Senator, it's absolutely imperative. We have a workforce out at the agency that is incredibly diverse. As you all well know, to achieve their mission, we have to have folks from a broad background set as well as with language skills that represent all parts of the world so that we can perform our intelligence operations properly. And we have partners in the Muslim world that provide us intelligence and who we share with in ways that are incredibly important to keeping America safe. I am counting on, and I know you all are as well, that these liaison partnerships will continue to be additive to American national security, and you have my commitment that our workforce will continue to be diverse. I hope we can even expand that further so that we can perform our incredibly important intelligence collection operations all around the world.
Senator
Thank you,
Risch.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Risch.
Mr. Chairman, I've had a considerable